Lawrence Guides, Gresh and Keefe. Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How about you guys?
We're hanging in there. I guess the question is, how do you feel after a nice weekend off? What was it, 3 games in 12 days? You've been around the NFL for a long time. Did you need that rest this weekend?
Well, it's always good to get that rest when you're in this week of the season. But 3 games in 12 days, it takes a toll on the body. And we were able to get a little bit more recovery this week, especially with the Monday night game. You have a little bit more recovery to do. So it's always refreshing, and it's always good to mentally restart and keep it going for the rest of the season.
Lawrence, how do you feel you guys played defensively overall against the Bills last Thursday? We know how the last 2 meetings went, one in the playoffs, one in the regular season. Add all that up together. What was your big takeaway? How do you guys feel from that performance?
Well, I feel like we should have done a better job at the run. We let Josh Allen out the pocket one good time that really did put a hurt on us on that one. But it's pretty much we had to eliminate the big plays and eliminate some of the things that we were doing in previous weeks. So it's one of those is that you have to take an adjustment to understand what was going on. We knew we were facing a really good team, and we knew we had a challenge on our hands, and we just had to meet it. And I felt like we didn't really do that. And all that means is we now have to make the adjustments from what we did from previously and continue to improve and look at this game film as like, okay, this is what we did bad, this is what we did good. Let's continue to do it like we do every other week. It's like, this is what we did bad, this is what we did good. But this game, when those big games happen, we have to make sure we're on every play, every single time, and make sure we eliminate those big plays.
Lawrence, what's the balance against a guy like Josh Allen who has beat you guys with his legs before? You did a really good job against him, but in focusing against him, does that naturally open up some run lanes, or were there bigger issues in terms of slowing the non-Josh Allen Bills run game?
No, I don't think focus on him to open up any running games or anything like that. I just felt like there are some things that we had to adjust to, and we were trying to make those adjustments. Because if you look at the score, it wasn't too hectic. Like, yeah, the run was more significant this game than it was in previous games, but it was nothing going into the halftime when you're like, oh man, they're killing us on a run game. No, it was just one of those situations that we had to eliminate those big plays. And that's what you saw. You saw a couple big plays, and especially in the run game. It wasn't like, oh, they're running for 20, 30 yards a pop. No, it's those, hey, you ran for 3 to 4 yards. You're trying to eliminate those and get into like those no games or a game of 2. 3 to 4 yards actually add up, and that's what we saw happening. It's like these small runs started adding up, and we could do a better job on that. And that's one of those factors that you understand. Like, every game is going to be a new game, and we have to play like a certain state of mind. But it's like this one, they just got the better hand of us that night.
Looking ahead to next week's game, are you worried at all that you won't be able to see Kyler Murray behind the offensive line?
No, you can't be worried at all. If it doesn't happen, great. But if it does, you understand what you have. It's exciting. I love playing Arizona because I went to school in Arizona. So it's like, okay, I get to go back to the place that I went to school in. But it's one of those things. Again, it's a Monday night game, so it's exciting to go out there and play on a Monday night game. It's prime time. You got the energy levels up. Everybody's watching. It's a fun game to have.
Yeah, this is really the Lawrence Guy road trip coming up. Arizona, where you played college, and then Las Vegas, where you're from, the following week. So you're going to get I know it's a business trip, but you're going to get a chance to see some family or do some stuff while you're out there?
Yeah, I have enough time to see some family. Like, the crazy thing is like from so in Arizona, it's connected with some people that work at Arizona State, but in Las Vegas, my brother lives 15, maybe at the max 20 minutes from Allegiant Stadium. So it's just one of those things that you're like, okay, cool, you could reconnect. Because I never thought growing up that we have any professional team in Las Vegas,
right.
And now that it is, it's exciting. And but it's like it's just that experience. Like, okay, I get to go to Arizona and enjoy the the coolest weather. You get to go to Vegas and actually play there where you never thought it would have to have a professional team.
Yeah, we know you a little bit, so we can ask these kinds of questions. It's going to be a long road trip. We can hear the kids in the background. What sort of maintenance does Lawrence Guy, the husband, have to do before heading away on the big road trip with Mama with 3 kids, unless everybody is coming out there with you?
Oh, no, everybody's staying here. This leads to the fact that I'm pretty happy. I'm not the one stuck with all 3 or 4. They're a handful. So it's one of those like, yeah, I wish you luck. But it's challenging. I feel for all moms that have to go for work for a week or so. It's kudos to them.
Yeah, that's tough. It's going to be a long 2 weeks for her.
Yeah.
No doubt. And as soon as you walk through that door, brother,
you can't say a word. You got to just do whatever you're
There's
told.
There's going to be one kid on each leg. Daddy's home, and carrying the other one. Look out.
Yeah.
This is going to be stuck right there.
Lawrence, how do you guys look at, and how do you approach the final 5 games when you're very much in the hunt at 6-6 for a playoff spot? Obviously, some of it's out of your control. Did have some good fortune this week with teams like the Jets and the Chargers losing, but I know there's a game-to-game thing, but is there any kind of discussion of playoffs or what it would take to get into the playoffs at this stage of the year?
Well, as I always look at, I don't look at, are we in the playoffs? Are we not going in the playoffs? Are we hunting the playoffs? I look at it as this is the game that's coming up. Like, we have Arizona coming up. We need to put all our energy on playing Arizona. When you put your energy on, well, I'm out the playoffs. What do I do? No, you really don't put the best performance out there. So we always say, and especially in our room, especially on defense, it doesn't matter what the situation is. You have the opportunity to play this game. So you have to give it your all when you're out there on Sundays, Mondays, or Thursdays. You have to put that best on the field because that person next to you is expecting that same energy. And that's how I always looked at it. For the last 12 years, it's like, it's not about if I'm in the playoffs. It's all about I get to play another game of football in front of a whole bunch of great fans. And what can I do to put all my energy out there? And what can I do to play for the person next to me?
Lawrence Guy is with us. Last year on defense, 5th in the NFL in third down. Right now, y'all are 28th in the league, allowing 45% on third down. What has been the issue this year through your eyes?
Repeat that question. I'm sorry. I had a little one that's yelling, chasing me with a Santa Claus.
Totally okay. Last year, y'all were great on third down. This year, you guys are hurting a little bit, 28th in the league. What's been the issue?
It's every year is a little bit different. You might have more success one year on another one statistic, and another year another statistic. Like right now, we're like look at this the stats thing. We're the top of the league of sacks, and we actually have the sack leader on our team. So one of those things it's impressive and exciting. But now when we look at we're not on third down, we're not and we're 25th, whatever you said, on third down. It's just something you have to improve on, But if you look at how many times we're in second and long or how many times we're in this and that, it might be a little bit better. Every year there's going to be something that's not going to be at the highlight of what you want. It's not just something you have to just work on. Like I said, we got 5 games left, so that's something that for the next 5 games we have to make sure that we have to get better on.
Lawrence, thanks for the time. We appreciate it, and have fun on the road trip. And we may or may not talk to you. I kind of hope we do because you can give us the firsthand account of both Arizona and Las Vegas. Thank you, friend. We'll talk to you soon.
Yeah. All right, you take care.
Thanks,
there we
Lawrence,
go.
and good luck.